Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Okay, so we got a couple things to go over. We're going to recap Vanderpump Rules extremely quickly because I did not enjoy the show last night at all, people, at all. I know I've been hyping it up all week, but it was just a mess. Okay, there, I said it. Then we're going to go over deranged Raquel's statements to TMZ yesterday. And then we're going to talk about Jax going on Watch What Happens Live, him and Brittany, and how, he just reminded me all over again why I'm glad he's gone. Then after that, when we get through with the Vanderpump stuff, we're going to talk about Xscape. Xscape is saying they don't want to work with Tasha anymore. And then Tasha's doing an interview saying she's still part of the group. This is go Wacky Thursday. That's what I'm gonna rename this, Wacky Thursday. But let's start with the latest, with TMZ catching Raquel and giving her, I believe she was outside the airport, a on the spot interview. Let me play this first, and then we'll talk about it. Listen, I can't play it in its entirety because it is TMZ, so I'll play it the best way that I can. But Raquel, believe me, I put a picture up, really look deranged and as if she's enjoying the spotlight. Now, she's not in the spotlight for positive things. You're in the spotlight for being a cheater, but I feel like she's getting off on the attention. Take a listen.
Did Tom Schwartz know about the whole affair? I mean, he didn't know about it? Okay. All right, there's a rumor on Twitter, I gotta ask you, that you guys had a threesome. I know it's a little far-fetched. Is that true, or?
No, that's
Oh, that's not, okay, so that's not true.
No.
Okay. All right. How did it start, like you and Tom? Was it just something that just happened out the ordinary, or is,
It started off as a friendship
Okay.
and it turned into something more.
Uh-huh.
But I'm sure we'll go into detail
Yeah.
about all of that tomorrow
Okay.
at the reunion.
What was the kiss to you and Tom? People think it was a cover-up for the other Tom, you and Tom Schwartz. When you guys kissed, people think it was a cover-up for you and Tom's affair. Is that true, or was that just for?
No, that's not true.
Okay.
I genuinely had an interest in Tom Schwartz.
Yeah.
And there's a genuine curiosity there. So
Okay.
it wasn't a cover-up.
All right. So are we gonna see more of you and Tom Sandoval, or what's your relationship with them? When's the last time you talked to him?
I don't know where our relationship is going to be.
Okay.
We're just kind of trying to get through these next few steps and trying to, make amends, hear everybody out. I know a lot of people are angry, so I think just getting through these next few steps and seeing where it goes. We're not putting a label on anything, and just kind of taking it for now.
Okay.
Now, listen, I couldn't play it in its entirety. She was smiling like she was enjoying the limelight. She really looked deranged. Something is not right up here with Raquel. And I'm not trying to be mean. Thousands of people cheat a day, but she gives me maybe what is that movie where the girl boiled the bunny? She gives me Fatal Attraction vibes. That's what it is. She makes me feel like she's not all there. I think she's lying. I think she's still having an affair with Tom. Of course, you got to clean it up. When she mentions his name, it's like she's in love, but she's telling us like this, no, we're not together anymore. She's very weird. Okay, very weird. Tom Sandoval is gonna pay the price. I'm telling you, Tom, she's a nut job. A nut job. She's sleeping with everybody in the cast. Something's not right. You got to make sure the girl's not seeing a therapist. And if she is seeing a therapist, you should find out what they're talking about, because something's not right. She said that they didn't have a threesome. Who believes that? Like, is she gonna go to the reunion and lie her ass off? That's what it sounds like is going to happen. Okay, you already have the reputation for being a home wrecker. Okay, and that's not a good thing. She's so starved for attention. In my opinion, she's getting off on being in the spotlight. So Weirdo. Okay. Something's wrong with Raquel. I'm trying to tell you guys. Then she thinks she's going to go to the reunion and apologize, and everybody's going to forgive her. Let me do this 10-minute recap really quickly of what I thought of Vanderpump Rules last night. It was insane. I did not like it at all. I thought they would go into the Oliver thing more. You know, you don't show me a picture of them kissing. I want to be there. I want to know what was said. You could tell that this was like after effect, something that wasn't a part of the original script, and they just threw it in at the last minute. They're trying to write off their fame of sicko Raquel, which I don't blame them, but I needed more. I needed more. Also, last night just reminded me that everybody on the cast is a nut job. Everybody on that cast is a complete nut job. So Lala is mad at the cheater. What's her name? Raquel, for calling her a homewrecker. You are. Okay. You had sex with a married man. Remember, Randall had a wife. I believe her name was Amber. Amber and children. And then you have the nerve to get mad because she called you a homewrecker? Two homewreckers mad at each other for homewrecking. I couldn't take it, people. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. The whole thing was weird. Lala comes off as a mean girl, and that she still feels entitled. You don't have any money anymore, okay? He cheated on you with the whole cast of whatever movie set he was on. Nobody feels sorry for you either, Lala. You're a complete nut job and a mean girl. Then you go to the bar and pick up the only black guys you can see. Only black guy in the whole damn club or whatever it was, some country western club. And then you bring picking up strays and just sleeping with them. He came in the door. They sat down for 3 minutes. And off to the bedroom they go. That's so weird. It's so weird. And then she's explaining how it went down last night. She's opening her legs. What am I watching? Okay, what the hell am I watching? It was disgusting. Yeah, girl, get some class. Get some class about yourself. And stop sleeping with strays and stop picking up married men and marrying them and then acting like they're the apple of your eye. And then you want to come back when you get dumped and say he wasn't that good in bed. So you're admitting you were just with Randall for the money? It was bad. It was bad. So we had that, her being mean. Katie's also being mean. She claims she's divorcing Tom Schwartz. Tom Schwartz, I get them mixed up, because he never stood up for her. He would be mad at the world all the time. Okay, just stop. She's being mean. What's the girl? Sheena is so excited about her wedding, second wedding. Okay, newsflash. We can only get so excited for one wedding. Second, third, fourth, fifth, not so much. Okay, but she's upset because one of her bridesmaids can't get a reservation at the resort that they're staying at. So she asked Katie, can she have her room and Katie can go stay somewhere else? Is this stage? Is this show stage? Or are these people just that damn stupid? It doesn't make any sense. And I feel like it's staged because Schwartz keeps calling Katie Bubba. That's a pet name for your loved one. Okay, you're divorcing. This is the most amicable divorce I've ever seen. No hostility whatsoever. It makes no sense. Schwartz is happy. I'm getting new clothes. Tom Sandoval, if you really look at it hindsight, he's always sticking up for Raquel. He's always sticking up for Raquel. Raquel's a complete nut job, and she might be on something. I mean, I think she might be doing Molly or something like that. To sleep with that many cast members, humping on all the cast members, kissing on all the cast members, she has to be on Molly. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. I don't know for sure, but people who are on Molly, they can't walk past a telephone pole without humping it, and that's how you're acting. What else happened last night in this boring episode? It was so bad. I mean, Raquel crashes guy night out. Guy night. She's like a dog in heat. She's like a dog in heat. And then James, my favorite. I love James Kennedy, but you don't love Allie. This is falling flat for me. You do not love Allie, so she's just some rebound. You were just crying in Lisa Vanderpump's lap a couple episodes ago about yes, Beatrice, they're all hoes. They're all hoes. I can't feel sorry for anybody. I can't believe I was feeling sorry for Raquel till I actually watched the episodes. She's deranged. She's clingy. She's needy. You know, those kind of women are dangerous. I'm trying to tell you. Like, Tom Sandoval, what are you doing? Be careful. I mean, I understand why you don't want to be with Ariana. She doesn't want a family. She's telling you this up front, but you could have left her in a different way. What else is happening? I can't with Sheena. I just can't. She's taking Schwartz's side, and every damn wedding. Are we supposed to get happy for every wedding? Girl, this is your second wedding, okay? This is your do-over. I cannot do a third with you. And I'm not that happy for the second. I mean, okay, Sheena finds someone else again. Hope he doesn't start getting on Molly and drugs again. You know, I'm just saying. Ariana's trying to play peacemaker. Girl, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot when you look back at these episodes. You're defending the girl that's sleeping with your man. The pool party. Lisa Vanderpump talks to Tom, the two Toms, about buying her out. They don't want to buy her out. They're claiming they don't have enough money to go through with the grand opening of a new restaurant. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, Lisa, you've got to drop them and move on. They don't know what they're doing. And you gave them an opportunity to, you know, hang and ride with the big boys, but they don't know what they're doing. They're selling their house. Tom Schwartz is selling his house so he can put money on the new place. Is this staged? Are these people this dumb? You have an opportunity to work with Lisa Vanderpump and you're blowing it because it has to be the perfect opening. That's what I'm saying. You know, I'm not going to watch a couple more episodes because, you know, these kids are still acting like teenagers, okay? And you're in your 30s. Like, it's time to grow up, okay? I mean, I'm not being mean to anyone. I'm just explaining how I feel, okay? I don't need anyone crying on my shoulder about how mean I am. Besides that, it really wasn't too much going on. I think James' new girlfriend, Allie's a weirdo. They went to some astrologist. That relationship isn't going to work. Girl, look up the meaning of rebound and move on. For you waste a couple years with your life. He's still in love with the psychopath that goes by the nickname Raquel. She's really, really weird, okay? So that's what happened last night. You guys can comment on it if I bring you up. Oh, and then the grand thing is on Watch What Happens Live. He had, what's her name? Brittany and Jax on there. Jax is totally throwing his friend under the bus, saying this is not the only affair he had. And he seemed happy that Tom Sandoval is getting a bad rap and getting looked at poorly and being called a cheater. Jax seemed really happy. He reminded me that I'm glad that he's gone. I'm going to play this clip really quickly and then we're going to move on because that show was a huge disappointment. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know, but everybody was a nut job and I just couldn't single out Raquel. All of you are weird. Why don't you guys just go join up some swingers club and everybody have group sex? It is weird.
How long do you think Schwartz knew about this, and do you think he was a decoy? Jax?
100%. I talk to Schwartz every day, so
Okay.
I know for a fact, for 100% fact, on my child, he told me he knew.
How long though? You don't know how long you
No, he said he goes, I knew for a while. He kind of left it at that, but then he said I tried to tell him to come forward with it. So
I mean,
that's what he's told me verbatim.
Okay.
That's what I got to take his word for it. You know.
Wait, did either of you have any suspicion about this affair?
No, I mean, there was times whenever we went to certain events that they came together, and I was like, this is kind of odd, but I just figured, like, Tom Sandoval makes friends, like, really fast with different people.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe they're just, like, close friends right now. And then now that this has came out, I'm just, like, picking up all the Easter eggs, like, oh,
The last
time.
we
Like,
saw them
crazy.
together. Well, I'm sorry. The last time we saw them was at our friend's house in Orange County, at Will's house. It was Memorial Labor Day. I can't remember. And they were both together. Now it makes sense. I didn't understand it in the beginning, but now they...
That would have maybe been Labor Day.
So here's the thing with Jax that I just don't do. Okay, I have people coming into your life for a reason, a season. You're friends today, you're not tomorrow. As long as I have my family, I will rotate through friends. Except my best friend of 30 years. I have a best friend of 30 years. Anybody else, people come and go out of your life. I feel like that's just human nature. But if I was your friend and you tell me some secrets, when I'm not your friend anymore, I don't tell. I just don't do. I don't do that. I guess other people do, like Jax, but it seems really weird to me, very two-faced, that you didn't tell when you guys were friends, but now you're not friends and you are enjoying the moment. I don't get Jax Taylor. I do not get Jax Taylor. He's very weird to me. He's unreliable. Like, don't get too happy, Brittany, that you're the only relationship still lasting. You haven't made it to next week yet, next month. Jax is just untrustworthy, okay? I can't with him. You tell everybody the secrets that the person who told you who was your friend at the time. Something about that just doesn't sit right with me. We're going to have to talk about that later because I don't do it. If I'm your friend and you tell me something in secret, unless it's something that's going to put me in jail, I don't tell it. You could tell me I slept with so-and-so, I did this, I stole that. I don't tell. I don't know. Something about that. You guys let me know when I drop the link. Do you guys do that? If you tell me something and we fall out, I don't tell. I just don't. But anyway, that's what Jax does. And listen, I look at how people treat other people, and I will never tell Jax a damn thing. He seemed excited. He knew he was on national television. Andy Cohen, please don't bring him back. I am so done with him. It's just terrible. But hopefully the show will get better. But last night, I'm not liking it at all because everybody in that group acts like they're in high school. Everybody. And, I don't know if it's just to spruce up the show or, you have genuine people that they could physically graduate from high school, but they just hang on to the high school ways for the rest of their life. All right. Let me talk about this Xscape and Latocha Scott really quickly. Okay. So remember, Larry came on yesterday and he was telling me that there's a tape that goes into detail about what Rocky did. So I'm going to play that tape. I found it. They did an interview at Xscape. And in the interview, they explained what he did. Rocky is dangerous. He's another psycho, okay? He's a female version of Raquel, okay? A cheater, the whole thing. Enjoys the limelight, all of it. They explained how he forged checks and things like that. But then at the end, Tiny says, and she's speaking for the group, no one interjected, that we are done with Rocky and Latocha, as if they're not messing with them anymore. Latocha does another interview in which she says she's still a member. Now, girl, what? What? Let's play their Xscape's interview first. And so we could see with our own ears just how low down Rocky is. If he isn't a female Raquel, I don't know what is.
Your checks. Tamika, you were not receiving a check.
It was like a couple of years later, and she called. She was like, baby, Tiny just got a nice little check, baby. Did you get your check, baby? I said, what check? She said, baby, the check I signed you up a few years ago. I said, I haven't seen a check.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. So she's like, I'm gonna get on the phone. Let me find out where your money. So once she did her investigation, it was like my address had been changed. She put my address in. At the time, I was living in New York. So she put my New York, it was changed to my mom and my sister's address. My sister was living with my mom at that time.
Okay. And so you still really don't know how the address got changed?
No.
So
I mean, I know, but
yeah.
I didn't do it. Miss Diane didn't do it.
Yeah. And so allegedly, according to you, Tamika, the checks were going. I'm pulling a Candy. Allegedly.
No, allegedly, you got me here.
She got on the phone with the guy who basically at the time was running, I guess, that department. Phone with the guy who basically at the time was running, I guess, that department, and he basically gave her the address where her checks had been going, and he also told her these checks are being cashed. So she was like, being cashed, and then she wanted to see the checks, and
they sent the copies of the checks. On the back of the check was a fake handwriting that said my name and my sister's husband's name. It was cash in his account.
Wow. She's saying obviously that it's not true. She didn't have your check. Is she offering you any kind of explanation about what might have happened since she's saying she didn't get it?
No. When it happened, the year it happened, she was quiet. She didn't say that. She was saying it looking crazy. And my mom was mad at me.
Yeah.
Okay, she would also go on Tiny. I don't know. I must have uploaded the wrong version. And said that they no longer want to work with Latocha or Rocky. This thing is getting so out of hand. I think that Tamika, by watching it unfold on television and getting all of the public's 2 cents, realizes that this I can't work with her anymore. I can't work with her anymore. She's a liar. She intentionally let that man steal your sister's money, and that's going to be a hard pill to swallow. I think they're doing good, moving in the direction that we're done with Latocha. Tasha's just a lost cause. And I think that this show, reality TV show, is finally opening Tamika's eyes and just seeing the public's reaction. So they said they don't want to work with her anymore. And I'm going to take that to mean that they don't want her back. And I wouldn't either. I would not want to work with a woman that's a liar, stands by her husband's side no matter what. And I feel that the mom knew and Latocha knew. But Latocha does another interview in which she states she tried to throw her sister under the bus. She said it was supposed to be her and Tamika that went solo with this gospel. But because they weren't getting along, she decided to go on her own. That's throwing your sister under the bus. What did I say? I said, when I'm not friends with anybody anymore, I do not tell their secrets. If you're my damn sister and we're arguing, I'm not going to throw you under the bus. I have absolutely no respect for Latocha. But then she ends the interview by saying she's still a group member. Girl, you better go watch the tape I just played. You are no longer a group member, and you are creating more and more distance between yourself and that group. The more that they find out how self-centered and low down you are, I don't care if he's doing it, you condone it. That's just as bad. Have you ever heard of an accessory to the crime? You are an accessory to the crime, Latocha. So let me play this really quickly. And she's going to throw her sister under the bus, and she's in the land of delusions by saying she's still in the group.
Weird thing, because initially my husband was the one that went for the duet album for my sister and I, the gospel album. We're supposed to be doing this together.
Okay.
And she didn't tell anybody that part. You know, I guess it was, maybe that's probably why she's upset too, because when things start to go and take a turn, I'm like, no, we're unevenly yoked at this point. When I'm talking about gospel music and inspiring people, I don't want the banter. That's not what it's for. Mm-hmm. So I said, I'm going to walk in this by myself now. Mm-hmm. And so that may be another reason that she's upset. And I've heard that she was very upset about it. But no, he was very instrumental in getting us the deal.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah. All right, so to see more of you. Gospel artist, you guys, Miss Latocha Scott.
Thank you, darling.
Also of Xscape.
Yes, right. I'm going nowhere. I'm still here.
Okay, because, you know, I was going to ask that question, too. Are we going to see you perform a little bit more with Xscape?
I mean, I've created the name Xscape. You know, that's my
baby.
It's
mine.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Now, they were dealing with a promoter, but now, you know, whenever they're not dealing with that promoter, I'm there.
Okay. So we will see you again.
Would love to.
I love it. I love it. Definitely. It's so nice talking with you today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the honesty and just, you know, being able to live out loud, because sometimes when we do these interviews, you'll get, hey, don't ask this question. Don't ask that question.
No, I'm an open book, and I think people respect that. You know, I don't have anything to hide, so.
The nerve. The nerve of you to still want to be in the group. It's your baby. I named the group Xscape. Girl, you were running as fast as you could towards that solo career. And now, since you dropped that single 4 days ago and the backlash that you're getting, now you want to be down with Xscape? I would not. I don't blame them. I want nothing to do with you. I don't care if you're my sister or not. You're a headache. And why don't you just go find yourself somewhere to deal with that no good man of yours, that all of these babies are going to be coming forward and all of these mistresses. This is a mess. I thought it was extremely generous yesterday when Tamika was saying, I'm still going to be there for my sister. We still want her. I'm glad she woke up and said, to hell with you. To hell with her. I don't care what your title is. Don't make me explain this again. If you don't respect me, I'm not going to respect you. Now, all of your husband's dirt's being exposed. You know, he's a nut job, a complete nut job, a cheater, and you were down with everything that he did, including the babies out of wedlock. You knew. Don't be bringing your mess over here. I would be done with her. Sister, cousin, friend, whatever her title is, enough is enough. Okay, so now we got 2 nut job subjects to talk about. We're going to talk about Raquel. She's weird. Okay, Raquel is a nut job. And then we're going to talk about nut job Rocky and Xscape not wanting her back in the group now. And it's perfect. I went to YouTube a couple of days ago and was listening to the 3 of them sing. They don't need her. They do not need her. It's a mess, people. It really is. Let me drop this. Hold on. Hey, Denzel.
How you doing,
Dawn.
Sharrell?
What's going on?
We got a lot to talk about. Barbara. Hey, Barbara.
Hi, sweetie pod.
I'm just going to put a lot of.
Hey.
Also, you guys, just for a couple weeks, I'm not accepting any new callers. So if you haven't called into the show before, we're just going to roll with the regulars for a while.
Amen.
It's not accepting any new callers.
Amen to that.
Yeah. Let's start with you. Is that Smoke at the top? Hi, Ro. Let me see if I can.
No, I'm right here. Just Sharrell. Hey, everyone.
Okay.
How you doing, Smoke?
Don, let's start with you, Don. It's a lot. Let's start with you. Someone has a tab open.
I'm gonna come in and come back out. All right, okay. Let me come in and come back.
Well, no,
out.
Barbara, if you do that, you're not gonna get in. It's full.
Oh, okay. So I'll cut the tab off. Let me.
Okay. Here, I'll put you on mute while you do that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Don. Sound off.
Listen, this Vanderpump Rules, I learned some new stuff about it yesterday. And apparently, what Jack said when he was on Watch What Happens Live, and he said that those two have been doing a little more than what we've known about, like for the past 8 or 9 months.
Hold on a second, Don. What'd you say, Barbara?
It's not me.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not. I don't hear the echo. A little bit more. Like, what do you mean, Don?
Like, he's been cheating on her since they've been together, and they've also allegedly done some threesomes.
Well, she just denied it, but I don't believe her. Does she give you? It's this old movie. I can't. Fatal Attraction vibes. Don?
Dumb and Dumber. Oh
no. That's wrong.
Raquel gives you Dumb and Dumber vibes.
Yes, absolutely.
Why is she going around sleeping with the cast? Is she just hurt because her and Jay? What is this about? I'm confused. What's going on, Don?
I think she just wants some airtime. Do what you got to do to get on the show more. Get that promotion.
I think you're right. Raquel seemed so happy when TMZ chased her down. She was smiling.
Right.
Like, girl, we're talking about you being a hoe. What's so funny about that?
But some people don't mind being a hoe if it makes them money. They get their bookings, and maybe she thinks it's an acting job.
All right, Smoke.
Do you think that the storylines are made up? What is she so happy about?
Who knows at this point? I'm just glad that everybody will be at the reunion.
That's going to be good. We're going to go a quick round. We're going to do Vanderpump, and then we'll come back and talk about crazy Latocha. Denzel, did you watch Vanderpump last night?
No, I didn't.
Okay, let me move. Barbara, did you watch Vanderpump last night?
I'm not a Vanderpump fan.
Okay. Buzz, did you watch Vanderpump?
Now you know.
Who got the SWV logo?
That's me. That's Smoke over here.
Did you watch? Are you a Vanderpump fan?
No, I'm just gonna wait till you get to Xscape.
Yes.
Sin, did you watch Vanderpump?
Nope.
In my opinion, y'all ain't missing nothing. Y'all ain't missing nothing. In my
I
opinion,
stopped watching a long time ago, baby. This feels like the old version of college dorm party gone wild.
Miss Parker, Vanderpump comments.
Wait a minute, hold on. Did you take that card?
Oh, okay. Ro, Vanderpump comments.
I watched it last night. Raquel's a hoe. She's just a hoe, and she wants to make everybody miserable.
But she's deranged. She seems
Which is a hoe.
Oh, ooh, okay.
And Chris Brown say these hoes ain't loyal.
I can't feel sorry for anybody on that show. Do you, Ro?
No, because they sleep with everybody. Everybody sleeps with everybody. So when you sit there and say, "Oh, I slept with was it James or whatever the DJ when you were just beginning to get with us and get with them, but I was drunk, so excuse my no, I would have jumped up and beat you down. You slept with my man when I'm trying to talk to my man, and we're supposed to be friends. No, they all deranged. They all deranged.
I have family in Los Angeles. I've been going to LA since I was 8 years old. Okay, I know the city like the back of my hand. There is millions and millions of people in LA. Millions. You have to sleep with somebody in your friend circle? It makes sense.
Dang, that's nasty.
Disgusting.
I mean, LA is so crowded that the freeways are a parking lot. That's what I call it. You can't find anybody to sleep with. It's ridiculous.
You don't
It's a
get
shame.
It, you don't get
and they
it.
going after Garcelle.
Y'all know the point. They gotta give the money to their pimp, Bravo and Vanderbilt.
Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
Wow.
The money. They've been exploiting them little young behinds for the longest for money. Legally.
Yeah. Someone's got water in the back. Okay,
Oh, I just turned it off. I'm sorry.
Let's do Xscape and everybody let everybody talk. Let's start with you, Denzel. They practically kicked Latocha out of the group. Do you blame them?
Child. Sure. I don't blame them. Tamar, she posted a picture of her and SWV on her Instagram page, which I love SWV. But Tamar, she was being a little messy, and Tasha.
Why
is Tamar inserting herself in the fight between
No.
Wait.
Wait a minute, Sharrell. She wasn't inserting herself. She sampled their song for her new song. So she was just giving homage to them.
I heard her singing it.
Her song changed sample one of their songs. So that's why she took a picture with them.
Except with the song Rain.
Okay, that's why. I thought she was being messy as hell.
Okay,
I thought she was being messy.
Okay, well that makes sense. But Tasha, she made a comment and said, "Where y'all at? I'm on the way."
Who is she talking to?
Tamar and SWV. Yes, Tasha commented on Tamar's picture of her and
just kicked out the group.
Yeah. So the picture that Tamar posted on her Instagram with her and SWV, Latocha made a comment and said, "Where y'all at? I'm on the way." Now, see, that was messy. Okay.
I'm confused. She should be at home waiting on this Tasha K interview.
And that was 17 hours ago.
Child,
and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. They need to kick Latocha out the group. She's messy. She's a snake. She can't be trusted. Yeah, her husband and the mother, they took Tamika's money.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're gonna get their karma. God don't like ugly. And that's all I got to say on that part.
I remember Nina said she would sue her sister, and I laughed. But now I see hear about the forged checks and changing the address. She needs to sue her sister.
Sharrell, she needs to sue All three of them. She needs to sue her sister. She needs to sue her sister's husband, and she needs to sue her mother. All of them, all three of them. Yes, all three of them need to go to prison. Like seriously,
You would sue
seriously.
your mother, even though she
They
doesn't
need
like
to.
your mother like
They
that.
need to. They need to. She needs to sue her mother too. All three of them need to go to prison. It's messy, 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 messy.
All right, let's move on. Don, sound off about this SWV stuff. It's crazy.
Well, Tasha remains delusional, thinking that they need her and her goat to be a part of that now trio, and this interview that she did. She's trying to insert Tamika in the interview, saying that it wasn't just me doing the solo. We were going to do a duet project. We've never heard that was going to be a duet project. It's always been for the past 20 plus years. This was my solo project, and Candy ruined it.
You said 20 plus years.
It has never been a duet project ever.
Nope.
Now all of a sudden you're trying to throw her under the bus because the gospel people, the church people, ain't listening to your mess.
That part.
Because all over Twitter, she's getting dragged by the scalp all over Twitter. A, for that goat, and B, because that song is not hitting the way she wanted to because she's on the show.
Oh my God. You're saying they're making fun of the gospel song?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Y'all are messy. They are.
But she thought she was going to jump into the church world and get all these approvals and accolades. People don't like all that billy goat in the back of her throat. They don't like it.
Not the billy goat.
And the church don't like it because the church, the church has real singers in it, flatfoot singers. And she's not one of them.
Amen.
She's not
Amen.
Ooh.
Amen to that.
Barbara, sound off.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Be ready, baby, because I'm ready to sound off. I'm furious. Okay. I'm not jacking Candy. You understand? When Candy didn't want to cooperate with these ladies, she was Miss Big S and could give people her behind the kiss and everything and do what she want to do and sue them not to use her name. No, right about now, that sister the other sister need to wake up, and the two sisters need to stick together and demand that her sister don't be thrown out the group. Let me finish, Sharrell, because this is not fair. We talking about women lives. For years, Candy has stopped their bag. Okay, so all of a sudden now that Miss Thing wants another check. Okay, now it's time to put everybody in check. No, listen, she's dealing with some problems, marital problems right now. We women all went through situations what this poor woman is going through. You understand? She had to steal her sister money to support her husband. It's not right. But so she needs this money to keep her marriage. Y'all don't try to, help the lady out.
She didn't have to steal her. She didn't have to steal her sister money. That's a lie. The devil is a lie.
They wasn't getting her money. They wasn't touring, and she wasn't going to see her marriage go down. So her sister had to go. She had to do it.
Hold on, Barbara. I love you. You know I do.
I'm serious.
What in the hell are you talking about? She stole my money. Okay?
She didn't steal her money. I'm talking
about. Be glad she didn't get a beat down.
I'm talking about family. Right about now, she got to stick with her sister so they will not throw her sister out the group.
Let me tell you, family stab me in the back like that and steal my money, baby, you ain't family no more.
No, you never let family. And guess what? You never let family terminate your relationships.
Oh, please.
You never let family. Oh, you who want to finish?
Hold on, Barbara. Does anybody want to respond to Barbara? Because this.
Yes. I do. But one at a time.
One at a time. Opinion, you were saying.
Okay, this the thing. Okay, we always raised up old school. Okay, where blood is thicker than water, but blood ain't supposed to stab you in the back and steal from you. Okay, and even in the Bible, it said, "Thou shalt not steal." Okay, that's my number one rule. Don't steal from me because I give to you freely, but don't you steal from me. And the way she stole it, she didn't even get a girl a chance to get her money. She sneaked and made up a fake email, transferred that girl address. Then her and Rocky done went down there, took the passports from the internet, signed her name to the passport, cashed that girl a check, and you sitting up here making interviews talking about something. I didn't steal her money. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm trying to make everything right again. You trying to make everything right again. You ain't even gave that girl your number. How you trying to make everything right? Girl, you don't go and sit your butt down somewhere, baby. I'd have drug that. Baby, her hair would have been going down the street.
I gotta answer. I gotta
Barbara,
answer.
respond. Barbara,
Okay.
respond.
Thank you. I'm gonna let you control. Hold on. I'm gonna let her call. Hold on. I'm on live, Sterling. You gotta lower your voice. Come on, wait a minute, Sterling. I'm on live, please.
We live. We live. Tell them we live. Go ahead, Barbara. Respond to.
Okay, this is my thing. This is my thing. Y'all do not allow money to ruin your family relationships. You understand? Money is the root of all evil. Let me just answer. I'm landing. I'm one more second. Your sister could perish today or tomorrow. You want to remember that? Come on, man. You don't let money go. Right now, they can make it a bigger bag. She got confused. She got caught up. She's desperate trying to hold together her marriage, y'all. Have some mercy for this woman. She got to make some money to keep her marriage. I'm team.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on, because people are saying they can't hear when we all talk. Respond to Barbara. You're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was coughing. Barbara, no, I actually agree with Barbara. So I wanted to respond to who was it that said that opinion. I'm sorry. In my opinion, I agree with Barbara. I've had many family members do many things that were wrong, including money. But your family will always be there for you. They're supposed to have.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish. I know her mother is Godzilla, okay? Because she is. But that mother is going to need that child, okay? And you know that mother's going to go back there and say, can you forgive me? Because she is. She's going to have to take the bigger road and just say, okay, mama, I forgive you, but I need your love. And that's what I had to do with my own mother.
Let me let Smoke
so
respond.
I agree with.
Go ahead,
Go
Smoke.
for Smoke.
My thing is, and this is my personal opinion perspective, the people who have done me the worst have been the ones that have been closer to me, meaning my blood. So that whole blood is thicker than water, I do not personally believe it. I think we can choose our family, and we do not have to deal with certain situations of people just because we share the same bloodline. So if I was Tamika, I'd actually sue 4 people: her sister, that brother-in-law, her mama, and that wig.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Hey, Smoke, you left out the church. You left out the church. They took the donation.
Everybody, hold on.
Hey, can I go to Sharrell, please?
Yeah, go next, Don. Go ahead.
Just to reply to that.
I'm going to answer them when everybody.
Okay, hold on. You can let Don go real quick, and then you respond, Barbara. Go ahead, Don.
Why is it okay for family to keep treating you like trash, and you are supposed to accept it over and over and over again? The previous,
hold on, everybody, hold on, one at a time. Go ahead.
I don't know her name, but the previous lady said she had several family members to treat her like that. And me, I'm gonna give you one time, and then everybody's gonna know not to come at me like that again. I'm going to set a standard and a boundary that it won't happen over and over and over again. You have one time to screw me, and that's it. I'm not going to keep letting you back in to screw me over and over and over again. That's delusional. Why is it fair to you to keep getting hurt from family?
Okay, let Barbara.
Money cannot buy you happiness. Okay? I repeat, money cannot buy you happiness. You understand me? So
but
you have to learn to forgive and forget. You know,
Can I go?
Hold on.
Like I said, you got to keep up front in case somebody expire. You know, come on, money's not worth it. They're gonna make more money. They're gonna make millions. She gotta help her sister stay in the group and not allow Candy greed to run over Tiny. They're disgusting. And another thing I want to say about them, they got some nerve. Tiny got some nerve when she's been accused of terrible abomination allegations. She thinks she better than any of those women on those panels. If anything, she decreases the daggone song group, and SLV whatever is a better group than them. Candy's greedy, and I'm sick of her.
Okay, let's
Can I respond? Can I
Can I
respond?
respond?
Hold on,
Can
Lisa.
I
Hold on,
respond?
everybody. Hold
Let
on.
me respond next. Yeah.
Let Sin respond because she was next. Go ahead, Sin.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, SWV did an interview with Larry Reed and agreed that they have opened for Xscape in that case. And also with the mother and Latasha stealing that money. You stole food from my family's table just to satisfy your cheating husband. There is no way on God's earth am I gonna continue to let my sister get away with the things that she's gotten away with when it came down to money wise. No, I will show you one time and one time only. The money you stole from me will be money I recoup.
Oh, you're fading in
Because
and
you're
out.
gonna have to
Oh
pay
no.
attorney fees too. And as far as Rocky is concerned, oh yeah, and I let them know because everybody in Xscape know about Rocky's cheating ways. That no, we're not paying for your extramarital affairs. If my sister didn't know nothing about it, then that's shame on her. But I refuse to let somebody, my sister, steal my money and know about it, and my mama know about it. I would distance myself so far. But the best thing about it is Tamika going around, Natasha going around here trying to promote a Christian, a gospel song. Well, Tamika has been blessed a little bit more. Her husband's got a gospel song out, and she directed. Trust me, she's getting her bag, but she ain't forgot the bag that her sister stole.
Okay, everybody remain quiet. Let me read this, and then we're gonna let Miss Parker go, and then you can respond, Barbara.
Thank you.
She stole her money to keep cheating a man who don't love her. Who don't love her. The blackmail worship is real. She should have dropped his cheating ass and been loyal to her sister. Oh my God, a lot of people are agreeing with you, Barbara. Loyal to her sister, stealing money, not keeping Latasha happy is it. Let me read this one more. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money. First Timothy 6:10, and Latasha's new gospel song is mediocre. Y'all are messy. Who did I say was that? Miss Parker, go ahead, and then Barbara next.
This what I'm saying, Sharrell. Family, they know what they can get away with family. Now we don't know if this the first thing she's done to Tamika. Tamika has said that her and her mother has done a lot to her.
Yeah.
So this was just enough for her. She was done. She's done. And how many times do you have to keep letting somebody come to you, apologize, telling you, well, you don't know what they were going through. Well, guess what? None of us been on tour. None of us had made money. None of us. And if she was so into the gospel like she says she is, then she would have known to sit still and let Jesus take the wheel, and whatever was going to be was going to be. But she didn't. She stole her sister's money.
Okay,
And,
Barbara, you can respond, and then your next buzz. Go ahead, Barbara.
Hey,
respond.
wait a minute, Sharrell. Mims have the interview getting ready to come out with their father. He's going to tell how jealous they were over Tamika and how they treated her.
Okay, as a mother with wisdom, okay, and 5 children, the weakest child, you are always overprotective of her, letting them get away with murder. You understand? And that's just how it goes down. The mother.
Oh no, ma'am. Oh no, ma'am.
I'm gonna talk about it. Let me land.
Can I respond afterwards, Sharrell?
I'm being truthful about situations. When you know you got a pitiful child, you always picking on the other kids. Come on, y'all, help her out. Forgive her. Do this, do that. I'm sorry. I spoil all my kids. They all ain't shit. Let me stop.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Yeah. So I'll
And
say
that's just being, let me just land. That's just being truthful. You understand? And what happened, the mother knew the hardship and the pain and suffering that her daughter was going through, about to lose her husband having affairs.
No.
In marriages, like, you know, when you go for the long term, they say for better, for worse. Sometimes you have it at the beginning worse, and at the end, everything settles down. And you live
Hold on, Smoke. I forgot. Buzz hasn't spoken.
Oh,
Sound
go
off,
off the buzz. Yeah.
Okay, so first I want to tell Barbara she has a point in regards to the weakest child. Because I'm not saying I was the weakest child, but when I was younger, I was born with glaucoma. And my sister, she's 7 years older than me. So it was kind of like you look out for your little sister. And yeah, I did. My mama did look out for me. She did treat me a little bit different. So that's true. But she be damned if she let me steal from my sister now. Come on now. Let's just be real. Like, you didn't make, like, you have a point to a certain extent, but that doesn't make sense. Like, in regards to how the mother is treating her daughter, it boils down to she reminds her of that father, and that father broke her heart. They had a toxic relationship, and she's taking it out on Tamika. Not intentionally. I don't say she doesn't love her, but she represents pain. That's what it is. And then with Tasha's so self-absorbed into this man that she can't see, she can't see her head out the clouds in regards to. I mean, I don't really believe she went into plotting to steal Tamika's money. I believe that maybe Rocky did a lot of the masterminding and all that, and she found out and just didn't say nothing. I think that's honestly what happened.
Well, look at the bigger picture.
Hold on, Barbara. Smoke, please come through. Please come through.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say one thing, Sharrell, before I forget with my old self. Look at the bigger picture. The devil is trying to block her sister from now making millions. They are now going to go on to make millions. So y'all stop it. Money could be recovered. You understand? Stop it. Thank you.
Smoke, please come through.
Yeah,
I'll
Tamika
come
gonna
through.
make millions.
I'll
She
say
gonna steal from her
this.
again.
I've watched a dog give birth, but that doesn't make it a mother. So if you can sit there and choose which love you give to what child, and here's the thing: the strength of the child is always going to come down to the parenting. So what are you saying? You gave Tamika all the strength and left Latasha behind. So I don't buy that. I think we teach people how to treat us. So if
Preach, Smoke.
If Tamika were to let this go and another money situation would have happened, basically Latasha would be like, well, Tamika let me go for 30,000. What's 100,000 or 250,000 or $500,000 or $1 million? So here's my thing. I think what they're doing is correct. The $30,000. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I'm about to make more by myself. Now you go on with your gospel album. Try to be the next Yolanda Adams, Kim Burrell, Shirley Caesar, CC Winans, any kind of Winans, but you did what you did, and now you have to live the repercussions of it. But that whole thing, that's my sister, and I don't care if she may have needed. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that BS whatsoever. If you can steal from me, you're more likely to murder and kill me.
Can I respond?
Money.
Can I respond?
Hold on 1 second. I think go ahead, Denzel, and then opinion. You go next.
Okay. I understand what Barbara's saying. What Barbara is saying. That's her opinion, but I disagree with that. I had to cut my family off because my family kept doing me wrong, and I had to cut them off. Sometimes you got to cut your family off. If your family is going to continue to do stuff to you behind your back and just keep doing sneaky stuff behind your back, you got to cut your family off. And you know what? I feel bad for Tamika. The Bible, in the Bible it says the love of money is the root of all evil. I feel bad for Tamika. She needs to sue all of them and go with her life because it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Go ahead, opinion.
Okay, Barbara. I'm a mama of 6, okay? And I don't play that, okay? My child, if he's weak or if he feels like he's not enough, it's my job to instill the factors that, hey, you are enough. You are more than enough. It's not my job to say, hey, no, you steal from your brother. Yeah, it's okay. Fine. You can steal from your brother. And brother, don't be mad because your brother stole from you. He going through a hard time. That's bull. Okay, my job is to instill in my kids that you have a certain respect for yourself. That when you walk out these doors and go into this world, whatever you do, it reflects on me as your mother. I'm the one that done taught you these values, and I'm not gonna treat any of my kids any differently. I love all my kids the same. Yes, some kids may need additional love, and you give it to them, and sometimes it comes off as favoritism. But you got to instill the values that no, you don't steal from your brother. You don't steal from your sister. If anything, you uplift them. You carry them when they need you, but you don't steal from them. You don't lie to them, and you don't kill them.
What about that, Barbara? Isn't your opinion making sense?
No, because let me tell you like this. Let me tell you
Oh,
something
Sue,
like
I gotta
this.
get back to work.
I
I just
teach
wanted to say
my
bye.
children, I
Thank you,
teach
love.
my children, do not worship money. Worship morals. Use your love and have forgiveness.
Where
Money
was Latasha's morals?
money
Exactly.
can be made
Right.
again. Look at all of the $1 million that they're going to make for the
So
future.
thievery is
Are
moral.
you kidding me?
No, it's
Right.
forgiveness. It's
Is
called
no,
forgiveness.
no,
It's
no.
You
called
I'm
just said
asking you. No,
morals.
I,
Wait
wait a minute. Hold on, y'all.
Let
Is
me finish.
thievery? All
Okay,
I asked was thievery morals? Because you say you respect morals. Because in my book, thievery is not morals. So if you're saying you respect morals, if somebody steal from you, they ain't showing you no morals.
show me.
Yeah, but sometimes
Exactly.
you got to take the high road.
Okay, let
Everybody,
me
You
calm
have
tell
to
you
down. Let
like
take
her
the
this.
talk.
high road.
Y'all are ganging up
Let's
on her.
talk
Let
the
her
truth.
talk.
Let's talk the truth. I don't care. Come on. I love it. Let's talk the truth. Let me tell you like this. Right now, I cut my family off. Guess who the hell I'm hurting? My damn self. And guess who
Nope.
else I'm hurting?
Nope.
And
The
guess
hell
who
you
I'm hurting?
are.
Nope.
Okay,
Nice
I
work. No,
my
you're
story.
not.
Everybody,
Y'all
calm
gotta
down.
let
We
me
they
talk.
can't hear. Go ahead.
Right, you gotta let me sell my story, and then I'll let you say what you gotta say. I
Go
said I
ahead.
cut my family off, and I'm only hurting myself, and I'm also hurting the young generations that I need to be giving my wisdom to. You understand? So all of that cutting family off stuff is not good. It's not
Please.
good. You
Please.
understand? Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm
All
All right,
right,
sorry.
you
let
gotta
me
know
read this, and
forgiveness.
then I'm going to bring up Emmanuel and Ruth. It
I
says,
ain't
"For
gonna
better or
read.
for worse, is not that ninja doing the worst over and over. That's not marriage. Tamika even lied to her man for her a. I don't know what that means.
And
And then
she's blessed. Look how blessed she
Latasha
is.
don't want to make millions with her sister. She picked her man over her family. Ooh, okay. Who did I say was
Ooh.
next? Oh, I'm bringing up.
Me? No, I'm joking.
Hi, Emmanuel. We all have to be really quiet for Emmanuel because he's very soft spoken. Go ahead,
Okay.
Emmanuel. Sound off.
Hi. Can I talk about Vanderpump Rules real quick?
Yeah. Let
I
everybody
love
calm down. Go ahead.
I loved the episode last night because it was crazy, it was messy, and let me tell you something though. There's not a single person in that cast that I like because they're all a mess.
Yeah.
And even though people might disagree, I'm Team Raquel.
What? Okay,
And
I can't.
I listen, I am so glad that she stood up to Lala because it's about time because Lala is a mean girl and
Yeah.
you know she's always not liked Raquel and Raquel has never really stood up for herself, so I'm glad that she did that. As far as Xscape, I don't think Latasha's going to leave Xscape anymore because I don't think her career is going to be successful. So it's going to be a battle. And I don't know if they're going to have like legal issues or I don't know what's going to happen. But all right, guys, don't get mad at me. But I agree with what Barbara is saying. I don't think you should cut off family when it
What?
comes to your primary family, when it's mom, dad, brother, and sisters, because I do think that no amount of money can buy you a brother, a sister, a mom, or a dad.
Hold on. Let me
So,
hold
Please.
Don, can you respond to Emmanuel?
Ooh, I was praying that you was gonna say my name. So at what point do we tell our
Hold on, somebody's
sisters?
crackling. I think it's you, Emmanuel. Go ahead, Don.
At what point is it okay? Are we praising Tasha for stealing? That's okay. What I'm hearing by a few people is that it's okay for Tasha to have stolen her sister's money. We just need to forgive and forget, and then what? Like Smoke said, the next time,
Emmanuel,
just
respond.
just forgive her again for spitting in my face, and then the next time forgive her again for stealing more royalties from me. When do we tell the person who's doing the wrong, you're wrong? This person didn't do anything wrong. So why are we negating her feelings? Why are we negating Tamika's feelings about the whole situation? We keep patty caking Tasha. Tamika has covered for Tasha for over 30 years with this group. She went on a whole radio show and said Candy was sleeping with XYZ because Candy and Tasha wasn't into it. And then she took it back because she knew Tasha was full of
Emmanuel's response.
Yes. Okay, let me say this. Nobody, I don't think, is saying it's okay for Latasha to have stolen the money. But here's the thing. That's Latasha's problem. That's not Tamika's to be worried that she did something bad. What she should be doing is forgiving her. That doesn't mean that she can't tell her that it was wrong. And I also want to say, I don't blame Latasha, because when I look at Latasha, I see a woman that's really broken, insecure, hasn't really found
They
her
have
own self.
therapy for that.
And unfortunately, she has had to rely on this man, Rocky. And you can even see, like, she kind of like fears him. It looks like she wants to do everything she can to get his approval. And that
But
comes from
why is that Tamika's
insecurities.
fault?
It's not Tamika's fault.
Okay, so give her back
Can
her
I
money.
speak after them, Sharrell?
It's
Oh
not
no, I
Tamika's
gotta let
fault.
Ruth go, and then you
Oh,
can.
yeah, after Ruth.
Yeah, after Ruth. Go ahead. Y'all were saying just you two. You
Hi.
two. Don and
No, I was saying,
Emmanuel.
why is that Tamika's fault? Why should Tamika grovel at Tasha's feet? Because Tasha stole money from her. Like it was said, Tamika has kids. Tamika has a family of her own. So she's just supposed to let that go. You know, you stole money out of my kids' mouths, out of their future. That money could have been invested in her kids. And what are we supposed to do? Just say, oh, that's okay. You have a cheating husband. You choose to stay with him. That's okay. You have this invisible career that's never picked up ever in the past 30 years. That's okay. You do what you want to do. Continue to treat me poorly. I'll just take it, accept it, and roll over. What kind of universe is that?
All right, let me let Ruth talk. Oh, did you want to respond? They're calling you Manny in the chat. Did you want to respond, Manny?
Yeah, some people call me that. It's all right.
That's my name.
Again, it's not okay for Latasha if she stole it, because maybe it was Rocky and she didn't know. We don't know. I'm just saying. But let's just say that she did. Okay. It's not right. It's not right at all. But for Tamika, okay, what's the solution? Cut her off her life? What's going to happen if she does that? All that's going to happen is Tamika's going to be hurting herself because she's cutting off someone super important to her. She can't control what her sister did.
Okay, Ruth.
Yes, that's true.
And please let me say this, because it's making me very angry for y'all to think that her sister's supposed to allow Candy and that other tiny thing.
Stop blaming Candy and
Really?
Tiny on
Really?
her behavior.
Stop blaming them. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. God. Girl, please.
Hold on, everybody.
Like everything is always Candy and
Stupid.
Tiny.
My Lord.
Everybody,
Ridiculous.
let me let Ruth respond, and then the last 5 minutes I'm gonna let y'all go at it. Go ahead. Ruth.
Hey y'all. Thank you, Sharrell. Thank you, Perry, for giving us an opportunity to even go back and forth on this.
Okay.
I don't know how people just make mistakes like what she did to her sister. Okay, you can do that in your home, but it's crazy that you think that you can take money from me and my family and I have to stay here and pay taxes on that income. No, ma'am. That is fucked up if you believe that. It is fucked up. Let me tell you why I say that. I have a construction going on right now somewhere. My brothers were in charge of the construction. Sharrell, I bought a truck from Japan and it was on the construction site. They started selling spares from all the tires, battery, the engine, everything they sold. You think I should just sit here and say, because they are my mother's children? And guess who sided with them? My mom. She did. Guess what I did? I cut my mom off financially. I cut them motherfuckers too. You do not have to take it from anybody. The Bible is clear. Stealing is a sin. Number two, if your eye is giving you problems, pluck it out. If
And
your
that's
arm
why
is
you
giving you
miserable.
trouble, cut it off.
Tell
You
the truth,
understand
you
me?
miserable. You miserable without your mama and your family. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Why
You
am I
miserable
going to
without
be
your mama and your family.
Listen, Miss Barbara. My mother, my two brothers are not the only family I have.
Thank
I
you.
have extended family who go to bed for me. I have extended family who send things from Africa paid for me. Why would I allow these two hooligans to make my life hell? Do
This
you
is
know
because
what
your
I
mother
go
is
through?
your mother. Hold on. I want
Hold
you to
on.
be
I
honest.
didn't
You
speak
can
when
talk.
you were speaking. I
Okay.
was on mute. Just have that respect
Apologize.
for me.
All
Okay?
right. I want to,
Yes.
as long as you give me the
What I'm
respect,
trying to tell
Let
you
her
is
talk, Barbara. Let her finish. Let her finish.
what I'm trying to tell you is this. Most of the time, we tolerate abuse within the family. And that abuse that we go through over the years, they change who you are. With changing who you are, you end up with diabetes, blood pressure, a messed up pancreas. It can't release insulin properly. Those are the things that we go through. You have to cut bad people off out of your life, regardless of who they are. I'm telling you, Sharrell, you remember what my son did to me.
Yes.
Okay, now
You remember what my son did. Let me speak. You remember what?
finish.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
My God.
I beg you, Miss Barbara. My son, who I gave birth to, January 6, 1996. You understand? He stole from me over $6,000. I bring him back. He does something again. I kicked him out. You understand? You have to teach people how to treat you.
Now hold on. I just want Barbara and Ruth to talk, because maybe you could change each other's opinion.
Exactly.
You two talk to each other. Go ahead, Barbara.
What I wanted to share with you, sister, I have 5 children. You understand me? And I have adult daughters that have disrespect me to the utmost. And you want to know why? It's because the devil is trying to get to their children. See, if I cut my daughters off, then I'm leaving my grandchildren in damnation. You understand? So what I've done, I let them know I'm not tolerating your disrespect. Don't say nothing to me. I'm going to be dealing with my grandchildren, because I'm not going to allow the devil to make me mad at you and not take care and look out for my grandchildren. So trust and believe I'm not the one. At this point, I feel that we cannot communicate with one another. You understand? Keep it moving. But when it come down to my grandchildren, I'm going to love and take care and spoil my grandchildren. Because let me tell you something. I want you to honestly talk to me, because I know you hurting that you are not your mother. Yes.
I'm hurting of what?
Yes, with love, heartache.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean that your heart is hurting that you don't have a relationship with your mother.
I do have listen, Miss Barbara. You are misunderstanding the whole thing. I cut my mother off financially, but I talk to my mother. I check on her. If she's not feeling well, I send money to my sister to make sure they buy the medication needed. And I send money every month.
You didn't cut off.
Hold on. But I send it to my sister to make sure that she's able to provide that, because my sister is not financially stable. But this is I'm not going to let my mother die. But I have to put my foot down. The money that I give her now is not the allowance that I used to give her before. You have to stand your ground. People will walk all over you.
You are wasting precious time. You are wasting precious time. You need to be flirting your mother with money and enjoying that money.
This woman, you don't know me from Adam. Hold on. My father died. When my father died, it was a messed up, fucked up situation. I had to sell my own property to build a house for my mother. You don't know me. You do not know me.
I'm listening
you
to
don't
what you're
know
telling
me.
me, sister.
I have
I'm not judging
single-handedly.
you, but I'm telling you, don't be the love of money.
Listen. My father retired. When I was working in the bank, I literally single-handedly educated all my brothers and my one sister. So you can't say that. You don't know me.
I'm saying, hearing what you're saying, you love
you can't
money.
say that.
Okay, let me do this.
You
Let's
and
stop
me,
for a minute.
you and me are from two different backgrounds. We were not cut from the same cloth, so we cannot compare notes. We are
Let's
two
stop
different.
for a minute. Everybody stop and
I know,
let Smoke
I got
speak up. You guys
spiritual
cool off.
value,
Smoke,
and you
sound
don't.
off.
You love
No,
money.
no, don't criticize me like
No,
that.
I'm telling you facts.
No,
Hey,
you are
everybody be
criticizing me without
Stop.
knowing me. I
Everybody stop.
cannot criticize you because I don't know you.
I'm not criticizing
I have
you.
heard you. I have heard you on Sharrell's World talk
You
about
stood up here and said
fucked
how
up
better
things,
you
okay?
are of me because
You
of
have
your money.
sided with R. Kelly.
Why is
fucking
everything?
young
Why
girls.
is everything with you about money though, Miss Barbara? I don't understand
Right.
that. You bring
She's
everything back
very
to money.
her,
You
her,
bring it.
her, her
Everybody
moral,
stop. Let her
her
answer.
moral standing to me is very fucked up.
I gotta
That's
wait
what
for
I'm
her to
saying.
say
Like
I can't agree with
this
you.
lady sat here and told you her whole story, and all you got out of that is that she craves money. Like, make this make sense to me because I heard her story, and I didn't say nothing about. Oh, I
Thank
heard that
you.
I was
And
money.
not only
Like
that,
all
Miss
I heard her
Barbara.
say is
Everybody stop.
she may have cut her family off in the sense that she doesn't let them, fuck her over.
Abuse
But
me. And Miss Barbara,
but
just
she's
to let
still
you
taking
know.
care of them financially.
Yeah, I
So
wanna
what do you
answer
expect her to
finish.
do? You
Just
expect her
to
to
let
turn
you
her back
know.
and say, "Here you go, get this knife,
Sharrell,
stab me a little deep."
Hold on,
Sharrell,
opinion. Yeah.
Sharrell, let me just say one thing.
I'm
Miss
screaming.
Barbara, just to let you know what kind of a person I am. My mother
I know
had
what kind of
6
person you
brothers.
are.
Hold on.
No,
My
you
mother had
don't.
6 brothers, okay? My mother had 6 brothers. They all died from HIV and AIDS because there was no information in Africa about HIV and AIDS, and they all left children. I have educated most of them. You can't sit here and tell me shit about myself. I know who I am. I'm a real bitch who cares about family.
Come
And
on
not
now.
only that, I have a foundation. A Loving Heart Foundation
I
in
do too.
Africa taking care about
I do
children
too.
who
I
have
take care of
suffered
my
from
kids.
HIV and
Let her
AIDS.
I'm a
finish.
So
man.
you can't sit there and tell me shit about me. You have a skewed mind and your moral standing is fucked up. You need to be
Exactly.
checked.
Now, I don't have to insult you because
No,
your
I
feelings
don't have
already
to
got hurt
insult
because of the
you,
way
but
you treated
you're
your
very
family.
Please,
disrespectful.
one at a
You
time.
don't respect other people. That is the problem that I have. You cannot sit here and listen to me. I've told you, even when my father died, I had to offload a property that belonged to my children. And you sit up there and
Yes.
judge me that
And
I
no,
love
I'm not
money.
judging
You
you.
are
I'm
fucked
telling
up.
you
All right, hold
the
on, hold
You
love
on.
of
are
money
fucked
is
up.
ruining you.
You
Hold
have
on.
no moral standing to tell me who
You
I
don't.
am.
You
Fuck
trying to
off.
insult me, call me
Okay,
out.
this is
Let her
Sharrell
finish. Let
show.
her
Sharrell
finish.
show. Sharrell,
Fuck
hold on.
off.
Barbara, you
Hold
got to
on.
Who
let
do you
her
think you
finish.
are? You can't come here. Hey, you
Okay, she
here
dropped.
you are.
Thank
Dropped her
you.
I
for a
guess
Thank you,
minute.
your
Sharrell.
children are
Thank you,
So you,
fucked
Sharrell.
up because of the way you are.
I dropped her for a minute so everybody can cool down.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Roof,
She was getting on my last
she hung
nerve.
up.
There was no
Yeah.
reason
No,
for her to even last nerve. Y'all were not listening to what she was saying, and she wasn't just basing it on monetary value.
But she was also attacking her for her
Yes.
perspective and how she was dealing with her
Thank you.
I'll bring
family.
her back up. I want
Thank you,
everybody to
Miss Ruth, for explaining
Yes.
your situation because
Yes.
I know that had to be painful for you to explain it, and I really
Yeah.
hated that she attacked you like that. So thank you for
Right.
Yeah.
sharing
Okay,
your story with
hold on.
us.
So Barbara's
Yes.
backstage. I'm gonna bring her back up. But
Oh
what
my
did you
God.
want to say, Smoke? Because you've been trying to jump in. What do
I've been
you
trying to jump in, but just based off of that, I think we're at the point we have to just agree to disagree. Some people are okay with their family stealing money because that's their family, and others are okay with setting boundaries, and that's fine. But what we cannot do is judge someone else in their situation and what they had to do was best for themselves and their family. And I also had to add this tad bit, since the whole point was that we don't know what Latocha was going through with her husband, or she may have needed it more. Well, here's the thing that we're leaving out of context. Tamika was pregnant at the time. Her oldest daughter, Ocean, was going to college. So you're meaning to tell me that whatever Latocha was going through was more important than Tamika having money for her baby and sending her child to school, and the fact that she had to pay taxes on that money that her sister and her husband stole. And it makes no sense. I'm going to divide that lot.
$12,000.
well, let me say this.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want who do I want? Dawn to respond. What Barbara was saying, and I don't think she was rewording it correctly, is that at the end of the day, it's best to
Forgive.
love over these arguments. That's what she's trying to say. But I get what y'all saying. You're saying no.
No.
It's
I
not
was-
about that. It's just like you have to respect yourself, and you at the end of the day you have to be okay with cutting people off, because
Amen,
if you
sis.
don't, they're gonna keep doing it over and over and over again,
Right.
and that was
Amen.
gonna happen. So I think Tamika's finally stepping up for herself against her sister and her mama, and unfortunately, they're the ones that are gonna suffer. I don't think Tamika's gonna suffer. I think Tamika's finally in a place where she's finally free of that stuff, and she's able to live her life and take care of herself and her family. But
And
that whole
Sharrell,
family is thicker than
Who
water
has
on the.
anything else to say
Can I?
before
Can
I
I?
go?
Sharrell.
One
Well,
thing.
I think
Sharrell, can I say
Sharrell.
something?
Who's
Asking
talking?
That's me, Don.
me.
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. We seem to be bringing up a lot of biblical principles about what we're supposed to do with forgiveness. But love. Let's talk about love. It's patient, it's kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. It does not,
Amen.
you're not supposed to keep record of wrong. However, you cannot tell somebody to love you unconditionally when you have conditions on me. I can't give you unconditional love when every time I come to you, you're taking up for somebody else for their record of wrong, for their wrong. I can't give you unconditional love when every time I see you, you're knocking me down for my feelings.
All right.
I can't champion that.
Hey, Sharrell.
Yeah.
Let's not forget. Tamika said this is not like the first thing that happened. This was just the final straw. Tamika said she's dealt with this her whole life. Like, how much more longer is she supposed to give everybody her, her back to stab? Like, how many times is this girl supposed to suffer pain? She went through this. She was going through counseling, which what brought all this out. So, how many times is she supposed to turn her back and give somebody a 9-inch blade and say, "Stab me a little deeper this time"?
All right.
I don't
This is
believe
what
that
I'm
Miss
gonna do.
Barbara
I'm bringing
was trying
up
to say.
two more. I'm bringing back Barbara and I'm bringing up Essence. Everybody has to let everybody talk. This is an emotional.
Go on
If
mute.
you talk over each other, we cannot hear. They can't hear in
Okay.
the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody be quiet and here we go.
All right.
Hi, Essence. Girl, Barbara,
Hey.
you set it off. Essence,
Good
you
afternoon,
speak first.
everybody.
Good afternoon,
Good
Essence.
afternoon.
Hi. Hi.
After that.
If I may, I like to be kind of like a mutual party, just coming in the conversation. Barbara, I am a child, in my opinion, who has left the nest. I'm in my late 20s, and I don't 100% agree with the way that my dad is treating me currently. While I feel that I am obligated to care for him because he's a single man and I'm his only child, I do not feel that I have to subject myself to what I am taking as like emotional abuse. It's probably not emotional abuse. I might just be ultra sensitive. But when somebody is doing something and treating you a certain way over and over and over, despite you expressing the way that you feel, you are not obligated to have open communication with them besides what is deemed necessary as a loving child, daughter, wife, or whatever. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I understand how you feel like, you should try to safeguard relationships, but also when it comes to people treating you badly, when you specifically tell them that something hurts you, you do not have to subject yourself to that. So I think that's what a lot of the panel is trying to say, is that you don't have to subject yourself to emotional abuse.
What about that, Barbara?
Barbara?
It is abuse.
I just want to tell her this. I just want to tell her this. See, on this earth, I serve a God. My God is Jesus Christ. And when I was growing up, my mother didn't give me nothing but an ass whooping and a black eye. But in my heart, and abused me very badly and treated all of my brothers like angels. And I was always treated bad. And I want you to know that my brothers could not survive without her. I did. You understand? And I said that because there's nothing that I ever wanted for in this life that I didn't like. I'm just saying that God just made a golden path for me. And that's what's happening to the little girl, Tasha's sister. She's a golden child right now. Her mother definitely took advantage of her and her sister. And right now they suffering. And if she do not help them, the devil is going to devour them. So her beautiful blessings is going to be flourished on her mother and her sister, and she's going to be the savior of that family because she's going to tell Tiny and Candy, my sister's not getting thrown out of this group, just like you wasn't thrown out of this group, you know, when you didn't want to sing with us and we wasn't all that fame. Go ahead with that. Go ahead with that. They're going to make money and they're going to live happily ever after. And what I was trying to explain to anybody that worships money. See, I've been big dog in the family, in charge of saving people and having money and what I do for you, and you better kiss my behind or I'm gonna cut you off and all that. That's misery. That's misery. If it like I wouldn't give a damn. My mama brought me into this world. She could steal $100,000 from me. You understand? I wouldn't give a damn. I'm
Well, Miss
sorry.
Barbara,
Let me
respectfully,
say this. So
yeah.
it's obvious you haven't changed your stance. But what I
Yeah.
want to say about this is you didn't mean to disrespect Ruth. So I need
No,
you to
no, but
apologize
if you
to-
listen, Ruth was disrespecting me. She, as a Black American, she was saying I'm nothing.
No,
She was saying she
No.
And I came in
Yes,
the
yes.
Miss
I'm not the
Barbara.
one.
So let me say this. Let me say this.
You
I
was
didn't want any new
expecting her.
callers. Hold on, guys. I didn't want any new callers because we're like a family. We all talk to each other about all these subjects. But I don't want you offending Ruth. So I need go ahead and fix that.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to offend no one. I don't try to offend no one. I was just pointing out to Ruth that being that she worked in a bank and she knows what money can, how money can help and change people's lives, she's stressed to freak out about money too much. She got to relax about that.
You offended
Are you
her.
kidding me?
Hold on, you guys. You offended her. Clean that up. Clean that up.
Yeah.
How did I offend her?
Because you got personal with it, and you know she was speaking from her heart, and
Right.
even though you didn't agree, you got a little harsh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just trying to be blunt because, like, I was just trying to
clean it up, because I don't want we don't need to be having no disagreements
Just
like
apologize.
that. Clean it up.
Well, I think, well, my Holy Spirit is telling me she tried to offend me and call me a piece of
See,
Are
that
you
right there.
serious, Barbara?
That right there.
Really?
Sharrell, I've seen this. She
The
tried
devil is a lie.
disrespecting me. She was saying I can't compare myself to her. Why? Because I don't have her mighty dollar or something.
She
No, you're making it about money.
Everybody else is on the same page. I'm gonna drop you, Barbara.
Please.
You
Bye.
can come back
Goodbye.
another time.
All right,
in
but
the
for your panel and for respect, if I done anything wrong on Sharrell panel against Sharrell morals, I apologize.
Please.
So thank you.
It should be to Ruth, not to Sharrell, but
Thank
okay.
you, Barbara. Girl,
Okay,
let me save your life and drop you because these people.
No, but here's the thing, Sharrell, like that right there.
He is disrespectful.
Ruth ate her up. Don't worry about it, y'all.
Let me say this really quick. Ruth, I let everybody give their opinions, but you know I love you to death. You've been with us for a long time. Nobody was trying to offend you. And I hope you come back. And I'm sorry about that. But some people believe in what they believe, and that's fine. I think she got a little rude. And so I didn't want you to hang up, Ruth. Y'all, what we got to say about what just happened?
I have something.
It's a hot mess.
I think when it comes to Barbara, I think that, and I'm just saying, I wish I probably should write in the back chat, but I think she has a little bit of a complex. I don't know if you remember what happened between her and what is that lady's name? She comes up here.
Bonji?
Bonji, yes. Like it's 2 times too many. You know what I'm trying to say?
It gets too personal.
Yes.
Yes.
But it gets too personal with specific people.
Do a lot of these shows. Bonji's one of my favorite. I can't remember what happened.
It was the one where she was talking about it was something we were talking about American, and she basically tried to be like, well, you're not from here, so you cannot speak on this issue. She went way too personal.
It goes too far sometimes. I'm just I get what she's kind of saying. It's the way that she said it, but I still don't agree with what she's saying. You can't let people just run all over you. I don't care what their title is.
I don't think she was trying to say that. I don't think she was saying it was okay for her to steal the money. I think she was trying to say she gives her.
I didn't see Diva. Diva, I'm sorry, girl.
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Diva.
I know.
Hey.
What do
conversation.
you think about what just happened before you give your opinion?
Oh my God, whoa. I think a lot of times, and I'm not going to, not to the same level, right? It happens with all of us. Like you hear something, maybe you don't hear it all because we're all in the heat of it and the mix of it. But I think just overall, I don't know if it was Essence who was speaking or whatever, Barbara has this tendency to take it. I always say challenge the conversation and not the person. I feel like she has this tendency to challenge the person versus the conversation, right? Because it's okay for us not to agree. Because I personally do go back and forth of forgiving family, not forgiving family, or how you should do that, right? But I think I come to the conclusion that if it's detrimental to your health, then you got to let it go, whether it's family or not, right?
Yes.
Because everybody will tell you, you can't help nobody if you don't save yourself first. So you got to save yourself. And if saving yourself mean I got to cut off mommy, daddy, my sister, my brother, until I get myself better, then that's what you got to do. And everybody, a lot of times, not just with Tasha, people want you to forgive the person that did something to you. It's like, okay, listen, I'm human. I could be a bigger and better person. But if you keep forgiving somebody and they don't have any consequences, then they don't know no boundaries.
Let me reword. Let me push back because that's what we do. We talk about both sides.
Right.
Let me reword what Barbara was trying to say. If at the end of the day we only have so much time here on the planet, and if you I don't agree with this, I'm just rewording it. If you waste your time arguing and bickering and fighting, you're gonna look up one day and you're gonna be out of time.
No, I got what she was saying, Sharrell, but she also, in trying to prove her point, and a lot of people do this, they start attacking the person, right? You don't have to attack the person to prove your point. Listen, you know Sharrell very well. A lot of people don't agree with the words that come out of my mouth, but I have never went and started attacking the actual person.
Let me address this really quick.
Yes.
Carla, I did not lose control. I let people speak. One at a time.
Exactly.
When everyone tries to jump in, I try to quiet it back down. We have two opposing sides here, and I'm not going to not let Barbara speak because she has a different opinion. She went too far when it came to Ruth, and I was trying to get her to calm down, and she was in her feelings at that point. So, if you don't like it here, Carla, you can exit the building.
Exactly. Bye-bye.
And I also, and which is why when I came in, like I said, I came in on the tail end, and I'm a fair person. I understand Barbara's viewpoint. However, it's no one's place to tell a person when it is time for them to be, you can't tell me that I was wrong for being fed up. Like I said with my dad, I understand her sentiment about, being there for your family because when they're gone, they're gone. However, if a person is constantly ignoring your expressions of hurt, who are you to tell me that I
feel like Tamika's just now realizing what happened to her. When you watch it back on camera, all these emotions are raw. Tamika deserves to cut her off right now and deal with her hurt.
Sharrell, can I say something? Can I say something, Sharrell, please?
Go ahead, Ro.
I feel Tamika's pain because it's like Stockholm syndrome. You love the one who hurts you. She cannot stop loving that mother. It is in her being. It's ingrained in her. That's how I was. And so when my mom said, I'm sorry, I had to say, okay, because I have the diabetes. I have all that stuff. It's anger that kills you. It's the anger.
Don't cry. Sorry. Did I cut you off? Woo, this is getting heated.
No.
Bro, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Yeah.
It's very painful.
It is.
Go ahead, Diva.
No, I mean, I guess to just kind of bring this thing home is I understand all sides of it, right? But I think that, and yes, true, our time is short. You don't want to have any regrets afterwards. But I guess the best thing you can think of when it comes to situations like this, I always go back to what do they tell you on the plane? If it's about to go down, put the mask on yourself first, because you will not be able to help anybody else if you have not helped yourself. And so I said, you got to take the approach first of what's going to help me stay healthy. I can't have toxic people in my life and just keep them in my life for the sake of it's my family. And now let me tell you this, when you put boundaries on people, Sharrell, they catch it. They change their ways if they still want to be in your life and get the benefit of you. But when you let them walk all over you, some of them don't know when to stop. But the minute you stop it and say, you can't get no check from me no more, you can't this, you need to stop that, you need whatever, trust and believe they will get their life together and you and them will begin to feel better. You do have to teach people how to treat you. And just like right now with Tasha, that husband knows that he can walk all over her, do whatever it is he want to do to her, and still come home to her. She's not oblivious to this alleged side chick that is out there and the other ones either, but he knows that he can go do that and still be with her. The minute she stops, he'll stop.
Emmanuel, now you are understanding where Barbara Rules coming from. What went wrong in your eyes?
Yeah, it got too personal when it because we're talking about it's a broader topic. So when we start to attack you are this, you are that, that's how it gets really ugly. But I think that going back to the subject, I think that's the perfect word. The perfect word is boundaries and standing up for yourself. And kind of like what I was trying to say was that I do think that there's a middle in between cutting someone off completely and not standing up for yourself. So I don't think it always has to go straight to cut them off, never talk to them again. But I agree. You do need to set your boundaries and make people know that you're going to be treated with respect and they're going to, do all that. That's what I was trying to say.
Now, opinion, you was heated. What made you mad the most?
Well, what made me mad is because I sat here and I heard this lady's story. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was really listening to Ruth, and she was telling you some personal information. And when we tell you personal information, we know this is on a platform where thousands of people going to hear it. It's hard enough to tell your personal story to anybody, but to say it on a platform this big, it's really hard. And then I kept seeing that she was being attacked personally. She kept saying it's all about the money, and I was like, all the stuff this lady told you, and you keep going back to the money. This world, everybody makes this world about money, but if you ain't got this is the thing, if you ain't got nobody with you, you can be the richest person in the world, and if you ain't got somebody that actually truly loves you or invest in you or put their time and love into you, you don't have nothing. It's a lot of rich people walking around that's not happy. Money doesn't make you happy. It may make you live better. It's not gonna make you happy. Money can't make you survive in this world. It's a lot of broke people that's living check to check, don't know how they're gonna get their next meal, and they still happy with what they got. The point is, you don't steal from somebody blatantly just because you can, and you definitely won't do it to your family.
Ms. Parker, you sat here through the whole thing. What were your thoughts? Ms. Parker?
Can you
You're
hear
on
me?
mute. Yeah, that's you.
Okay. It's unfortunate. The whole situation is unfortunate with these two sisters. But with Tanika, I just feel like she does things to side with her mother. She loves her mother so much that she's willing to keep forgiving her sister for doing all these dirty things to her. Now, I can't forgive somebody once you dug me once. She done stole $30,000, and we don't know whatever else she's done. Like I said, to Tanika. So no, it's no coming back from that. I can be cordial with you because you're my sister, but that's it.
Smoke, you held your tongue. Thank you, because Smoke can go off. But what you want to say about what went down today?
This is just kind of just a pattern. Unfortunately, with Mrs. Barbara, this is not a mark against you, but every single time she is up here, she always wants to say something that riles up the courses, and then it goes personal. So honestly, I feel like this is just her way of getting attention. So honestly, that's why I didn't need to say much, because I already done went toe to toe with her many times, and I'm just like, I see you, I don't want to deal with you, and that's the end of it. I can respect you, you can have your opinion and whatnot. I can disagree with it and keep it moving, but she wants to take it to the upteenth level. So I think, just anyone mindful if you're
Hold on
on
one
Sharrell's.
second. Barbara, can you mute your mic? Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
Just anyone in the future, if you happen to be on the panel with Barbara, just my word of advice, just keep yourself on mute and just be like, agree to disagree. It will save you a lot down the road. But I do feel I do feel bad for Ruth because she was sharing something very personal with us, especially about her family and what that is like, and to have someone twist it and make it into something when, like, clearly I understood, most of us understood what Ruth was saying, so it wasn't anything about money. It was just about she had to set boundaries for herself and for her sanity, but she was still supporting her family in the best way that she could. I think that still holds merit and value, and that doesn't mean that she loves her mother or her siblings any less. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it got heated. But you know what? There were people in the audience that agreed with her. And that's what this is about. I want to hear both sides.
And that's fine.
I partially agreed. I really did. I partially agreed with the sentiment of what she was saying. However, I feel like when it came to Miss Ruth, it really showed a lot of Barbara's character. And I know she's on the panel and I hope she's listening to ingest. But it showed a lot about your character because we all heard the same backstory from Ruth. We don't know her. And for you to take that her being able to financially help her family who are basically orphans. Let's talk about that. She said that her family passed away and they left children and she educated them with her own money. And for you to hear that and say, well, it's not her fault that she's in a place of privilege. That's not her fault. That's not my fault. That's nobody's fault. That's just that's just how she lived. So the fact that she's taking care of her family and you said that, I felt like that would be enough for me to drop as well. And I feel like it speaks volumes to your personality because we all heard the same thing and none of us interpreted it that way. So but I understood your sentiment though, Barbara, about loving your family, but you can't tell somebody to keep going if they feel like it's time for them to give up. That's not your place.
Now, Denzel, you was about to jump through the screen.
No, it was making it was.
I kept telling you to calm down. You got
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
What was the worst
Sharrell.
part for you? What was the worst part?
It was giving me heated. The thing is, yeah, you love your family, but the thing is, if your family keeps disrespecting you, you got to cut your family off, and you just got to love your family from a distance. And I really feel sorry for Ruth and Miss Barbara. She can have her opinion, but Miss Barbara was wrong. She was attacking Miss Ruth, and Miss Barbara was going gutter low, and she was disrespecting your channel.
And you did cut your family off, right?
I did. It was hard, but I did. I still love my family, but we don't talk. It's sad, but it is what it is.
Are you still comfortable in your decision to cut them off?
I miss my family. I try to talk to my family, but my family, they don't want to talk to me, and so I had to cut them off. But I still love my family regardless. I pray for them, and God bless them.
And I think that's what Tamika's going through. You still love them. What'd you say, Diva?
That I think is what Barbara was trying to say, right? What Denzel just said, that's what Barbara was trying to say. But if she's going to come up on a platform and speak before the people, then you got to learn how to utilize your words well and speak better, right? Because with the way she offended Ruth was, she kept saying, you love money, you love money, you love money. This Ruth told her heartfelt story, and I'm sorry, I don't know who said it, but they said it the best, right? It's hard to tell your story to your friends, and let alone to get up on a platform, whether you're showing your face or not, and to tell your story. So it's hard for people to release their words to someone else, and to release your words for someone else, and all they're hearing is, oh, you love money. Like, come on, stop. First of all, we gotta stop being so have this bad relationship with money. None of us can do without money. You can't pay your rent, your mortgage, go to work, eat a piece of chicken, whatever you like, without having some money to purchase these items. So I don't know where she got like the love of money from with that. And just because, listen, Sharrell, if somebody stole $10 from me, I don't have to love or not love money. You just wrong. Don't steal what's mine. You don't go in anybody's purse and steal money. I don't care who you are. And I promise you, I feel like Tamika is the type of sister that if Latasha and the mom and whoever else that perhaps could have known about this check would have said to her, can we need it, or can we have some, or can you let us some? I feel like Tamika would have just gave it to them.
Let me
Can I,
say this,
Sharrell,
because
can
I let you guys talk and we go back and forth, and then I always end with this. If this topic is this touchy and so explosive with us, a panel,
Right.
can you imagine
Yeah.
what Tamika is going through?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Sharrell,
Yes.
please, before you
Yeah,
end.
go ahead, Don. Go ahead.
Sorry, I had got dropped earlier, but this is some. I put a little comment in there that Miss Barbara sounds like Mama E. It sounds like she's been indoctrinated with some church logic that doesn't make any sense. I don't find anywhere in the Bible says honor your mother and father. Honor can be given at a distance. That means I don't dog my parents. I don't, treat them badly, but I'm not going to lie on them. But that does not mean that your parents can treat you any kind of way.
Absolutely not.
That's correct.
So it sounds like, that whole Mama E, I get to do and say whatever I want to you. And you're just supposed to take it. No, I walked past two cousins yesterday at a funeral that cut us off from calling our aunt because they thought we were trying to get her money. And that wasn't even the case. We just wanted to talk to her because we knew she didn't have long.
Okay.
So I can love you from a distance. That doesn't mean I have to kiss your natural black ass.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I can love you from a distance. I don't want any hurt, harm, or danger to come to you. But I'm not going to kiss your butt because you have the same blood running through your veins that I do. Friends sometimes treat you better than your own family does. Sometimes friends can become your family. Sometimes your friend can become your family. So, I pray for Miss Barbara because she has some undoing to do with this. Let anybody treat you any kind of way. That's
Well,
not
who was Mama
doctrine,
E?
and that's not, that's just not fair to you.
Evelyn Braxton.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is what we do over here. Listen, I let people talk. That's why I called it the People's Channel. We get down to the nitty gritty. We go back and forth. I don't try to stop anybody from feeling how they feel or saying what they have to say. As a matter of fact, that's when people grow. So so if you upset because I sit here and let people talk, this is not the channel for you. You're gonna say what you're gonna say, and if somebody don't like it, they're gonna speak back, and that's what we do. And for me, that's when change takes place. I am gonna let Barbara back on. I am gonna let Ruth back on. I don't censor what people say. And for me, that's the best part. When people give different opinions and different points of views, I'm not gonna drop you. And I've seen other people do this because you said something I don't like. I'm not going to do that, or I don't agree with, or I just cannot understand where you coming from. I don't do that. And I'm reminding everybody in the chat that's upset that I let this go on and on. This is what we do.
Yep.
We're going to do it again. We do it damn near every video, and I do it way over
Everyone.
We're going to do it later on.
No, we're going to go at it after that interview because that's going to be a mess.
No, and don't start talking about Kanye because Barbara will really go off. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do. And
Oh,
so everybody
child.
is
I
gonna
know,
talk,
right?
and we're gonna do it again. And then when somebody get out of hand, I'm gonna drop you for that conversation, and I'll see you the next day. That's just what we do. That's why I didn't want no new callers. I'm happy with the group we got. It's just the way it is. Sharrell, please make sure Barbara respects the panel. I mean, we will if it gets heated like that. But I thought that Ruth was
eating her up.
Was holding her own. I did. Like she was saying, she was holding her own. And then when she dropped, I guess it just got too much. I wish she wouldn't have dropped. And I'm going to call her after this conversation. But we'll all be back. for
Yep.
round 2, because that's what we do. And we understand that on this panel. This is not our first conversation or going back and forth. I've had the same group for a long, long time.
Right.
And that's what we do.
Yeah.
And I also think you should ask Barbara if she has like a complex, because I'm noticing a pattern. I'm just saying.
Oh gosh.
We'll ask her
Let's
next
not
video.
do that. Let's not
Let's
do
not.
that.
All right, y'all, but I
Let's
done went
not.
way over. Y'all know Perry has a channel, and I done cut way into his time. But this got heated. I think it got heated because it's just emotional. And a lot of people are, well, me personally, just feel bad for Tamika. Like she comes on, she's talking with Candy.
Hey, Sharrell.
I do.
I think a lot of it got heated too because I think a lot of people have dealt with family like this. So I think seeing it happen, I think everybody is sparking off an emotional, a point that where somebody has done you wrong. Like nobody has sat in this world, whether you 20 years old or you 70 years old, and not have had somebody to hurt you like this, or to a level of,
specifically your family.
Right.
It's happened to me too. People always say, look at Barbara. Forgiveness and love, the Holy Father. Listen, people say you're not dark, you're light. No, I had to deal with this in my own family, and I had to cut people off for that old colorist ways.
Yeah.
So it might strike everybody. It might strike everybody that you've had a family member treat you like you wasn't family.
Right.
So it's a lot, but okay, y'all. I'm gonna say sorry to Perry right now, who's in the chat. Like, bitch, hurry up.
Sorry, Perry.
Sorry, Perry. Sorry,
And
Perry.
this is a good conversation. This is what we do. I'll see y'all for the next videos because we're gonna go and just speak our mind. The People's Channel, and I refuse to change.
The People's Channel.
The People's Channel. This is what I want. People have tried to get me to stop this, and I'm not. I like it a lot. So thank y'all for calling in, and I'm gonna try to figure out. I gotta change some times, but I'm gonna try to come back later today.
Okay.
Bye. All right, y'all. Thank
Peace
y'all.
out, everybody.
Y'all great day, Sharrell.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, Diva. Bye, Sharrell.
Bye, Diva.
Bye, everybody. Bye, family. Bye, family. This is good. All right. Everybody in the chat, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all the super chats. This was it went down, Diva.
Yes, it did. It was a good show, though. It was a good
went
show.
down. Anyway, think I said everything. Thanks for the super chats. You don't have to support the channel, but you do. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. On 3, Diva, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.